In chapter 8, Snape victorious, Harry was just laying there completely frozen, just thinking about, everyone's going to get back to Hogwarts and then realize that he's gone too late and the train will have already left. And he really just laying there. His face is still bleeding, running down his face into his mouth everywhere. And he's just sitting here. He's hating Malfoy a lot and just thinking about the fact that he's gonna miss what he's gonna miss. And then all of a sudden, he feels someone yank the invisibility cloak off of him, and it is none other than Tonks, um, who is still looking depressed, but says hello to Harry, and they get off the train together. They jump off before the train starts going. So they're walking back to Hogwarts. Very quiet conversation. Harry's thinking about the fact that even though he's grieving, she's grieving as well because she's related to Sirius, and it was a big loss to her because she still blames herself for that loss because she was the last person fighting Bellatrix before came over. She came over and was fighting Sirius, and Harry didn't really know what to say to console her, so he just stayed quiet. As they got to the gate, realized they couldn't get in because there's special defenses against that, so they had to wait for someone to come and get them. And she sent a Patronus in the air to signal that she got Harry, and she sent word that she was going to get Harry, and someone was coming. So this person, who Tonks said it was supposed to be Hagrid, but ended up being Snape. So Snape came over, ridiculed Tonks' weak Patronus, and then grabbed Harry and said, "Come on, let's go." And then also, since he was in his regular clothes still, he lost points for that. So 20 points for that, and then 50 points for being late. And really, the whole walk back was just Snape just going in on Harry and him not saying a single thing. And then as they got back, he made Harry walk into the Great Hall and go take a seat so everyone can look at him. And then they got eating, and Ron and Hermione, everyone was like, where were you, Harry? All that stuff. Harry's like, I'll tell you later. And he saw Malfoy at the table making a gesture about his nose, and everyone laughing at the Slytherin table. As things got going, they said Hagrid was late as well, and they didn't know why before. Um, then Dumbledore got up to make his announcements, all that. He introduced Mr. Slughorn, Professor Slughorn, as the potions professor. Now that's because I went off guard, and even like Harry screamed, "No!" Because then he named Snape. Snape has finally got his position he's been looking for, so now Snape is going to be the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, professor. And Harry was happy to not take potions anymore, but now he still has to endure more of Snape. And everyone's talking about that, and then Dumbledore goes on to talk about Voldemort, and everyone should take be very careful about the security measures and everything, and not do anything crazy. Harry still also glanced at Malfoy during this, and he seemed to not be paying attention at all. And then when they were walking out, then he talked to Ron and told him what happened. Ron obviously didn't laugh at all. He was actually pretty angry about what happened, and then he told him about the other things that were going on, like what Malfoy was explaining in the train car, and Malfoy was kind of like, "Nah, that's not true. I mean, Malfoy won't be given that type of job because he's too young and that type of thing." But Harry still believes that Malfoy was given a great task and that they should take him seriously. And then Hagrid came up behind them just to say, basically tell Harry, you shouldn't be saying that name, because he just casually says Voldemort and everyone flinches. But Harry doesn't care at this point because he's not afraid of Voldemort. And then Hagrid let them know where he was at. He was with Gwarp in the new place that Dumbledore helped him get, in the cave in the mountains. So that's where he was at. That's why he was late. And he also let them know that he has his class on the first day. And after that, Harry went to Ron, and they both acknowledged to each other that they both had dropped Care for Magical Creatures as a class, and they have not told Hagrid yet. So that would be something for a surprise for him when even Hermione had dropped the class too, because they don't care about that class.